Hello, and welcome to the News Radar. President Donald Trump has announced plans to impose a 30% tariff on exports from the European Union and Mexico, starting August 1st. This is part of a broader push to renegotiate trade terms with countries he claims are taking advantage of the United States. In just 1 week, he's proposed higher duties on over 24 nations. The European Union quickly voiced concern. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen warned the tariffs could damage businesses, consumers, and patients on both sides of the Atlantic. She said the EU remains committed to reaching a deal by August 1. It also made it clear that countermeasures are being prepared if an agreement can't be reached. Reactions from European leaders varied in tone, but not in substance. French President Emmanuel Macron strongly opposed the move, while Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni cautioned that starting a trade war across the Atlantic would be counterproductive. Dutch Prime Minister Dick Schoof emphasized unity, saying, "The EU must stay focused on achieving a balanced deal with Washington." Trade analysts have differing views on what this strategy might achieve. Some believe the tariffs are an expression of frustration aimed at speeding up negotiations, while others warn they may actually derail talks instead of advancing them. The concern is that this move could trigger a tit-for-tat escalation, complicating international trade at a time when global supply chains are already strained out. Meanwhile, Mexico, America's largest trading partner, has also expressed disappointment. President Claudia Sheinbaum called the tariffs unfair, but said her administration remains hopeful that a deal can be reached through dialogue. The U.S. and Mexico have a deep trading relationship, bound by a regional free trade agreement that ties their economies closely together. In past disputes, tensions have followed a familiar pattern. Washington issues tariff threats, Mexico urges calm, and eventually, the two sides come to the negotiating table before the deadline. That dynamic appears to be playing out once again. President Sheinbaum has emphasized that while cooperation is possible, particularly on issues like organized crime and border security, Mexican sovereignty will not be compromised. A joint working group has been formed between U.S. and Mexican officials to address these concerns, with the hope that progress can be made in time to avoid tariffs. Given Mexico's critical role in supplying the U.S. with fresh produce, car parts, and electronics, any disruption could hit American households and industries hard. As the August 1st deadline approaches, both Mexico and the European Union say they're working toward a resolution, but the window is narrowing. If no deal is reached, retaliatory tariffs are likely, raising fears of a wider trade conflict. We will continue to bring you new updates as more information becomes available. Stay with us for the latest updates.